Good evening and welcome to Doordarshan Kendra Kohima. I'm Ila Susan with the news. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi firmly tells US President Donald Trump that India never accepted third-party mediation. State-level Dharti Aaba Janbhagidari Abhiyan or Dutch Gua Awareness and Benefit Saturation Camp launched today. The Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources conducts an awareness program come fish ranching event at Akhakupu in Doyang River. And Voluntary Blood Donors Association Nagaland in collaboration with Nagaland Institute of Medical Sciences and Research consolidates World Blood Donors Day. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has firmly told US President Donald Trump that India never accepted third-party mediation and will never accept it to resolve issues with Pakistan. Modi held a telephonic conversation with President Trump and discussed the recent Operation Sindoor and conveyed to him that there were never talks held at any level on an India-America trade deal and mediation between India and Pakistan by America for cessation of recent military action. He added that the talks regarding cessation of military action were held directly between New Delhi and Islamabad under the existing channels established between both militaries, and it was done at Pakistan's request. Modi's remarks came following the US President's repeated claims to take credit for the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, which was categorically denied by New Delhi early on. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri has informed that during the 35-minute conversation, Modi emphasized that New Delhi will now treat acts of terrorism not as proxy actions, but as acts of war. Misri informed that Prime Minister Modi told the US President that on the night of the 6th and 7th of May, India had targeted only terrorist hideouts in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and asserted that New Delhi's actions were very measured, precise and non-escalatory. India and Canada have agreed to restore high commissioners to each other's capitals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a bilateral meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Canada's Keys, and the two leaders reaffirmed the importance of India-Canada ties based on shared democratic values, respect for the rule of law, and commitment to upholding the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. They also underlined the need to pursue a constructive and balanced partnership grounded in mutual respect for concerns and sensitivities, strong people-to-people ties, and growing economic complementarities. Both leaders discussed a mutual desire to strengthen India-Canada ties, which have seen recent tensions. They also agreed to resume senior-level dialogues on trade, people-to-people contact, and connectivity. In the statement, the Ministry of External Affairs added that the leaders underscored the importance of restarting senior ministerial as well as working-level engagements across various domains to rebuild trust and bring momentum to the relationship. They also discussed opportunities for future collaboration in areas such as clean energy, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, LNG, food security, critical minerals, higher education, mobility, and supply chain resilience, and reaffirmed their shared interest in promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific. The state-level Dharti Aaba Janbhagidari Abhiyan or Dutch Gua Awareness and Benefit Saturation Camp was launched today at the DC Office Complex in Kohima. Speaking at the launch program, special guest H. Toviato Aimi, the advisor, Tribal Affairs and Election, urged all the line departments to judiciously use the fund for the benefit of the people through this scheme. He also said that about 9,15,000 people will get benefited from the scheme, for which he requested all the concerned departments to responsibly for the upliftment of the villagers and citizens. He articulated that the scheme will enhance transparency and accountability. It was informed that these camps organized at village and cluster levels will focus on ensuring the delivery of entitlements and benefits to eligible individuals while spreading awareness about the goals of Dutch Gua. Some of the services provided will include Aadhaar enrollment, issuance of the Ration cards, Ayushman Bharat, PMJY, health cards, immunization support, and access to financial inclusion schemes such as the Kisan Credit Card and PM Kisan. A total of 27 villages across the subdivisions of Jiphubuzu, Botsa, Jakhama, Kohima Sadar, and Secherzubza in Kohima districts have been allocated for the campaign activities. Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan Awareness and Benefit Saturation Camps is a nationwide campaign under the initiative of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. In a major initiative to promote sustainable fisheries and aquatic biodiversity in Nagaland, the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, Government of Nagaland conducted an awareness program cum fish ranching event at Aghakupu Doyang River, situated along the Zinheboto-Wokha district border. The program was held under the umbrella of NFDB, PMMSY, and SO Nasalan Unity. Delivering the keynote address, Waikiketo Sema, IAS Principal Secretary of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, also holding the Law and Justice portfolio, praised the public for turning out in large numbers. He underscored the importance of reducing dependency on fish imports by boosting local production through sustainable interventions like river ranching. Sema highlighted that Nagaland imports a large volume of fish from other states, but by increasing fish availability locally through river ranching, we can move towards self-reliance in fish production. He stressed that river ranching is a community-friendly practice that blends scientific knowledge with traditional wisdom. Rongseng Nungba, the Director of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, highlighted the government's proactive role in implementing fish ranching practices across Nagaland. He noted that ranching fish species, particularly through releasing hatchery-reared fingerlings into rivers, was a strategic response to declining fish populations and was crucial for ecological restoration. A symbolic fish ranching exercise was carried out where fingerlings were released into the Doyang River, marking a practical step towards reviving aquatic life in the region. As part of his two-day official tour of Wokha District, Union Minister of State Independent Charge for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh, convened a high-level review meeting with prominent scientific institutions from across the Northeast at the Deputy Commissioners Conference Hall yesterday. Dr. Singh interacted with scientists from the participating institutions and encouraged them to establish active collaboration with line departments in Wokha to translate research into real-world outcomes. He underscored the importance of harnessing science and technology for the holistic development of remote and resource-rich districts like Wokha. This review meeting marks a significant step in fostering research-to-ground linkages and reaffirming the central government's commitment to bridging regional development gaps through science-led governance and inclusive innovation. The meeting was organized to strengthen technological integration in key development sectors such as agriculture, horticulture, educational research, and the implementation of central schemes, particularly in Wokha district and the broader state of Nagaland. And now let's go for a short break. Please stay with us.
5
बदलो बदलो आदत बदलो 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 आदत बदलो अब नजदीकी बैंक जाकर फटे पुराने नोट्स बदलिए अगर बैंक मना करे तो आरबीआई के ओम्बुड्समैन से शिकायत करें आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए सतर्क रहिए
And welcome back. The Voluntary Blood Donors Association Nagaland, in collaboration with Nagaland Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, organized the World Blood Donors Day today at Nagaland Institute of Medical Sciences and Research in Kohima. Held under the theme Give Blood, Give Hope, Together We Save Lives, the event was graced by Veyelo Dulo, the Director Tourism, Nagaland. Addressing the gathering, Dulo said the World Blood Donors Day highlights the critical role of voluntary, non-remunerated blood donors in saving lives and emphasized the ongoing need for safe, regular blood donation. He said that the medical department and tourism department should collaborate and work hand in hand for a better healthcare system. Dulo also emphasized on the theme, stating that the blood donors play an important role in saving lives of the people and called upon everyone to donate blood and do away with stigma. Dr. Avile Zhao, the director NSBTC, said that the day honors the invaluable life-saving contributions of voluntary blood donors. She said that the 2025 theme, which is Give Blood, Give Hope, Together We Save Lives, highlights the impact of collective efforts and calls for more people to become voluntary donors. A special appreciation certificate was given to Jubilee Memorial School, Mokokchung, Tetsuo College, Dimapur, and Sazole College, Jotsama, for their support and contribution towards the drive. The event was followed by a blood donation drive. The central government has announced the launch of FASTag-based annual passes for non-commercial vehicles effective from August the 15th. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari made the announcement on Wednesday, describing the initiative as a move to enable seamless and cost-effective travel across national highways throughout the country. The annual passes, priced at 3,000 rupees, will be valid for either 1 year from the date of activation or up to 200 trips, whichever comes first. Gadkari, in a post on X, said, and I quote, "In a transformative step towards hassle-free highway travel, we are introducing a FASTag-based annual pass priced at 3,000 rupees, effective from the 15th of August 2025. He also added that this pass was designed exclusively for non-commercial private vehicles such as car, jeeps and vans. The minister stated that the policy addresses long-standing concerns about toll plazas located within a 60-kilometer radius. The introduction of a single prepaid pass is aimed at simplifying toll payments, reducing wait times, easing congestion and minimizing disputes at toll booths. Under the new system, the tolls will be automatically deducted based on vehicle identification through high-performance ANPR cameras and FASTag readers. In cases of non-compliance, e-notices will be issued and repeated violations may result in FASTag suspension and other penalties under Vahan regulations. India's naval capabilities received a strategic boost with the commissioning of INS Arnala, the first anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft, marking a new chapter in coastal defense and indigenous warship development. Commissioned today at Visakhapatnam, the vessel strengthens the Navy's readiness to counter underwater threats in shallow waters. The Indian Navy has officially commissioned INS Arnala, its first anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft, in a landmark ceremony held at the Naval Dockyard in Visakhapatnam today. The event, which was attended by Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan and senior defence officials, marked a major advancement in India's maritime defence strategy. This induction marks the operational entry of the first of 16 ASW SWC class ships, enhancing the Navy's capability to counter underwater threats in coastal and shallow waters. INS Arnala, developed under the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, incorporates more than 80% indigenous content. It is equipped for subsurface surveillance, search and rescue operations and low-intensity maritime missions. The commissioning comes at a time when India is ramping up its overall defense preparedness, with special focus on maritime security in the strategically vital Indian Ocean region. And now on for the weather report.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 35 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. Mokokchung had a maximum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 33 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Twinsang had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. Zinabuto had a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. Phak had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
To end the news, here's a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi firmly tells US President Donald Trump that India never accepted third-party mediation. state-level Dharti Aba Jan Bhagidari Abhiyan or Dajkwa Awareness and Benefit Saturation Camp launched today. The Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources conducts an awareness program cum fish ranching event at Aghakubu, Doyang River. And Voluntary Blood Donors Association Nagaland, in collaboration with Nagaland Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, consolidates World Blood Donors Day. And with this, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Have a good evening.